Welcome back to Views with Hughes, your agenda-free news. I'm Jerome Hughes, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel and also click the bell notification so that way you'll be notified of future uploads. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, I have been talking about Ezra Miller lately, okay? I've been talking about Ezra Miller, the things that Miller's done, as well as the troubles that he's in. And we already know the current trouble that Miller is in right now. Excuse me, put this on vibrate. And I want to go ahead and just talk about somebody that's he's close to, well, Miller's close to, all right? And that person is Tokata Iron Eyes, all right? Tokata Iron Eyes, the indigenous woman that he's with, who people have accused him of groomed since she was 12 years old, all right? Now, Now, we all know what happened with Ezra Miller as of late. You know, he's been charged with felony burglary or stealing alcohol out of someone's home in his home state of Vermont. Okay. But we see that Insider has reported that Tokata Iron Eyes Speak Out says Flash star Ezra Miller never groomed or abused her. Okay. Now, when I first saw this article, I started, getting some predictions from it stating that, well, did she actually, is she actually coming to his defense, or is she trying to protect him? Or remember, he's been accused of starting a cult over in Iceland as well as some other parts around the world. And it's like, could these be like her, trying to protect like a cult leader or something like that? I can't speak on it. And it's like, I can just only provide my thoughts about it. Okay. But then there's also the truth. All right. So it says here in the article that Tokata Iron Eyes says 29-year-old Flash actor Ezra Miller never groomed or abused her. All right. Now, she's 18 years old. She's an 18-year-old Lakota activist. Okay. She spoke out about the allegations for the first time as a part of the Insider's investigation into Miller. All right. Now, her parents, Chase and Sarah Jumping Eagle, say that Miller was grooming their daughter since she was 12 years old. Okay. And they said that this past year, Miller left bruises on Tokata's arms and cheeks, and as well as restricted access to her phone and verbally abused her. And then this past June, her parents obtained a temporary protection order demanding Miller to stay away from their child. All right. Now, in text messages to Insider, Tokata said that these allegations were disgusting and irresponsible smear campaign against Miller, and that Miller in multiple cases has done the right thing and stood in protection of others. And she also went on, the article talks about how Miller would known Tokata since she was 12, and the fact that they traveled to North Dakota together to protest against the pipeline that was happening there it's called the Dakota Access Pipeline. I actually remember that. It was the Keystone Pipeline, as a matter of fact, at the time, back in 2016. And then over the next 6 years, Miller kept in touch with her, promising to keep her music career and sometimes stopping by her house out of the blue and it's like over time, they said that Miller's interest in their daughter intensified. Okay, so he known her since she was 12. He's talked with her a lot and then started talking with her more often. All right. So, and also stated that Miller would help her with her music career. Now, is this him actually genuinely looking out for her, or is he trying to, actually lure her in and per se as trying to control her as well? Because remember early in the articles, Miller took her phone away for her best interest. All right. And then it stated that Tokata and Miller went to stay with a family friend back in 2021 in South Dakota. And during that visit, a member of the family friend's household said that she saw Tokata and Miller having sex on a bed outside. And that's when Tokata told Insider that was really false. It was so very false. Okay. And then later that month, Miller returned to a Vermont farm with Tokata, and Miller and their house and Miller's house guests called Tokata's parents to tell them Tokata was incapacitated after taking LSD 4 days prior. Okay. So he took her to Vermont with him, and then a house guest of Miller's told the parents that she's incapacitated after taking like highly illegal drugs. Now LSD and what was it? January 29th, this year. She's 18 years old and he's giving her LSD. Who is giving her this stuff? How did she get this stuff? Was it from Miller or somebody who's close to Miller or possibly even that family friend? That's what I want to know. And it's like, why in the world have these parents let Miller contact her and talk to her since she was 12 years old? To this day, that's what I'm still trying to figure out. That's what a lot of us are still trying to figure out. Okay. And I know there's no such thing as a perfect parent, but these parents right here, they're really messing up. And it's like they shouldn't have had, it seems to me like they shouldn't have had kids in the first place, but I'm not looking to pass judgment on them or anyone else. Okay. But moving along, Iron Eyes and Jumping Eagle flew to Vermont the next day, and they said they found Tokata out of it and incoherent, screaming so relentlessly that she lost her voice for several days, and she had bruises on her arms and left cheek, they said, and she didn't have her phone or ID. Another person at the farm told Tokata's parents that the bruising occurred when Miller pinned Tokata to the ground and screamed at her for failing to respond to a question. And that's what the protection order stated. Okay. And it also went on stating that, Tokata told Insider that she took a microdose of LSD, that the bruises were a result of self-harm following a close friend's death. And then she also added that some of the bruises may have occurred when her parents violently dragged her out of Miller's house. Jumping Eagle said Tokata was not dragged at any point. So now we have like two conflicting stories. Tokata stating that everything that was said about Miller is false, but now we have witnesses, including Miller's family friend, as well as Tokata's family friends and stuff, telling events. And then we also have the parents. So now we have something really interesting going on. Okay. Two several different sides conflicting one another. All right. And then someone named Oliver Ignatius, a longtime music collaborator of Miller's, said he witnessed what he described. Oh, was another witness. He witnessed what he described as Miller's verbally abusive treatment of the 18-year-old in both Hawaii and Vermont. Okay. Now, back in March in Hawaii, the actor took her phone away for her safety. I've said that before on previous videos as well, and the fact that pressure her to change her name to Gibson. I'm still trying to figure out why in the world he would do that. So Tokata told Insider she goes by both Tokata and Gibson and came up with Gibson herself. This is starting to sound even more suspicious. Okay. Now, no one, especially at least an 18-year-old girl would actually go let somebody call her a dude's name. Okay. And it's like, what is actually going on? Like, what is all of this happening? What is happening right now? Matter of fact, what in the world am I reading? Because this is just nonsensical at this point. But moving along. So it says up here at the Vermont farm in May, Miller again hid Tokata's phone from, hid her phone, and at one point screamed obscenities at her for wearing makeup, Ignatius said. And he recalled Miller saying, "What the F are you doing? Putting on this effing clown paint." So let me get this straight. He refuses to let her wear makeup, yet at the same time, whenever he's at a premiere or doing any photo shoot, it's fine with Miller wearing makeup. Make it make sense. The math is just not mathing at this point. All right. So it also goes on to say Tokata says she was never screamed at, and said that queer dialogue about a badly applied rogue on my part, which I appreciated. She said, "I think the fact that a catty comment made by a queer person about makeup being considered abuse is actually quite homophobic rhetoric." Okay. All right. So maybe I got a feeling that these might not be her words. maybe like this is like something that she might be told to say by somebody or by Miller. Or, yo, wait, whoa. Early in the article, and also talked about it before. He took her phone. Okay, so the inside of the article says that Tokata texted sent text messages to Insider. All right. How did she get her? Did Miller ever give her phone back? Is this her texting them, or is this Ezra Miller texting them? Yo, okay. Now we're starting to get somewhere. It's possible that it might not be Tokata at all. It might be Miller. I don't know her, but at the same time, these don't sound like the kind of things that any 18-year-old would say. And also, how in the world is Tokata messaging these things when Miller is taking her phone away from her for her own safety? Okay, who is Miller trying to protect her from on the internet? Or is this kind of like a cult leader thing where they take phones from people to keep them from contacting anyone from outside world and stuff? I need answers. All right, I'm hoping not to jump to conclusions, but these are questions that needs to be answered. All right, and I'm pretty sure like a lot of y'all think of the same thing as well. Okay, so moving along. Over the past 6 months, Miller has been driving around the U.S. carrying at least one gun and wearing a bulletproof vest, paranoid about being followed by the FBI and the Ku Klux Klan. People told Insider, and Tokata said that the vest was a fashionable safety measure in response to actual attacks and received death threats. Now, even if this is Tokata or Miller, I know she don't really believe that. I know Miller probably told her growing up that, you know, he'll be able to take care of her. He fully supports her, that she doesn't have to listen to her parents and everything. Her parents are wrong, so on and so forth. Something like a cult leader would say. Okay. And this is mind boggling right now. It goes on to say, and to finish up the article, that Tokata's mother, is this the end of it? Yeah, it's the end of it. Tokata's mother said she and her husband have been motivated to sound the alarm about Miller, who they say has a pattern of targeting and grooming vulnerable young people. And they also went and said, our primary concern is the safety of our daughter, Jumping Eagle said, and we want other people to be warned. My thing is, if this is a dude who's a grown man, and why in the world was he contacting a 12-year-old on a daily basis? Like, you should have known about that. Maybe she didn't mention this to the parents, or they might have known. I don't know. But it's like, if they knew that he's been contacting her since she was 12 years old and everything, then that should be a huge concern right there. That should have set alarms off in their heads if they knew. All right. So let me know what y'all think. Do you all think, are y'all thinking the same thing that I am, that this could be Miller texting inside of all of these things? Or or is she really trying to protect him, and this is really her texting these things? Is she really trying to protect him, or is she defending him? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, all right? And also, if you enjoyed the things that I shared in this video, as well as all other videos, please go ahead and smash that like button and share this video all across social media. And I'm adding the petition to remove the Rings of Power covers from the Lord of the Rings books that's being sold on Amazon. All right. Last I checked, they were at 5,000 signatures. I think it's going higher than that. I think it's close to 5,000 as a matter of fact. But I've already signed up on it, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel and also click the bell notification so that way you'll be notified of future videos. Until then, peace.